Hello and welcome. I'm Annette Reeder from thebiblicalnutritionist.com, and today there's a new grain mill on the scene and you need to know about it. If you've been wanting to mill your own grain but the price factor has been inhibiting you from doing it, that's not going to be an issue anymore. There's a mill on the scene that is definitely at a lower price point and it's a really good machine. So we're going to talk about it today. Thank you for letting me share with you God's recipe for excellent health, which always includes the most important ingredient, understanding how much God loves you. With an everlasting love, His love is the same yesterday, today, and forever, and He is always there waiting to have a relationship with you. Well, today it's about the Impact Grain Mill. This is put together by Nutri-Mill, and they were looking for a mill where they could hit that price point where more people could be milling throughout the whole country. Their goal is to have a mill in every home, just like it was centuries ago. My grandmother milled grain and she had really delicious bread. Well, this is the Impact Grain Mill. It comes onto the scene at $199, and with our coupon code, you get it for $179. But that's not all. It's not just about price. It's about how well does it perform. Well, we're going to talk about it today. One of the great things about milling your own grain is the versatility of what you get to feed your family. So we're going to show you, we're going to be milling quinoa, which is a very small grain similar to millet and amaranth. We're going to also mill popcorn. Well, this is actually white corn. So when you see those two variables and see how well this mill works, you know it's going to work for you. And then of course we have some white beans to mill as well. This is a very compact machine. It's basically very lightweight. You can pick it up all in one piece. It snaps together very well, and it's just a really good machine for the price point. When you open up your box, you're going to see some nice set of instructions, and it's very short and sweet, to the point. I don't want to figure anything out. I don't want to read 5 languages. And so it's very sweet, and it's very simple to assemble as well. To start using your Impact Grain Mill, you would add the grain first. We're just going to do a little bit, and then you would rotate the knob to the number of setting that you want. When you turn it on, it'll start at number 1, and then it goes all the way up to number 7. 1 being the finest, 7 be the coarse. we can see how well the bean flour turned out. We definitely have to run it on a 7 for beans. Yet even on a 7, we have really fine flour, especially for beans. This would work so well in your breads. You can make a gravy with it. You can add it into your muffins just to add a higher protein count to your muffins. I wouldn't make the muffins a strong bean flavor, but adding a couple tablespoons to your muffins and your family is going to have greater fiber content and greater protein. One of the best tests for a mill is to see how well does it do corn, either white corn, field corn, dent corn, popcorn. And this, as you read through the notes that it gave you, it tells you exactly all of the different grains that you can do and the grains that you cannot do. Definitely, we do not want to be adding any of the oil grains into our mill. It will ruin the mill. So I'm going to be doing some white corn. And we will be doing this on a setting of probably 5 to 7. This is the first time for me to mill corn, so we'll see how well it does. Now, if you saw that or not, this popped up just a little bit while I was milling, and so some of the flour from the corn was pouring out of the lid. What I love about this machine is it's very simple. There's only one control that turns it on. It changes the coarseness and turns it on at the same time. So you only have one knob to learn how to use and one chamber to put it in, one container to get the flour out. It's all contained, perfect for anyone getting started milling their own grain. So let's see how the corn turned out. I'm not sure how well you can see this, but that is good enough. I kind of like it a little bit more fine when I'm making my grits, so I would still use this in grits, but definitely we could make some tortillas, we could make our own corn chips, and we can add this to any dish or make our own cornbread. Definitely the corn works well. Let's go over the pros and cons of buying this impact grain mill. Number one, as far as the cons go, I would say there's a lot of plastic. And if that's something that you're concerned about, then that might be a reason not to buy it. You might want to go to more of one of the stones or the wood-based containers for your milling of your grain. It also has a 1200 watt motor, and that might be a concern for some of you who are living off-grid or don't want to use a lot of power. This might be a little bit higher of a usage of your power, and so that might be a concern for many people. But as far as the pros, it has quite a few in its favor. Number one is the price point, and especially when you add my $20 off coupon, which is a men 20, then that brings it down to $179. And to be quite honest, that's the price I paid for my classic Nutrimill when I first started. There was a couple times it went on sale for $149, but $179 is a good starting point. If you're brand new and you just want to get started and you need to mill your own grain, this is a good starter machine. Now, Nutrimill is a company that sticks to their warranties. They're very good with fulfilling any warranty problems, so that should not be a concern. They are a very solid company. And so it's a good mill, very simple to use, just one single knob. It's all contained, unless the lid pops up. That would be a con, that the lid can pop up a little bit if you don't tap it in there just right. Then you get a little bit of flour in your kitchen. But overall, if you want to mill the finest of grain to the largest of beans, this is a good mill to get you started at the perfect price point. Go to thebiblicalnutritionist.com/impact, and that will take you straight to the page with our impact grain mill. And from there, you can start clicking over and getting the machine for $20 off. Also, with the machine, we give everyone the digital copy of our Satisfied Baking with Whole Grains cookbook. This is my favorite cookbook that I put together because it has all my favorite recipes in it for the holidays, for every day, for everything from your challah bread to your holidays to whatever you're wanting to serve your family. It's all in here. Delicious recipes, plus even some pages on table talk, how to get the conversation started at your table so we can enjoy the conversation centered around Christ and enjoy the bread at the same time. Thank you for letting me share with you God's recipe for excellent health. Always remember, God loves you. Thanks for watching. Be sure and hit like, subscribe, and the bell. And don't forget to be watching for our retreat. biblicalwellnessretreat.com. Sign up to get notified when we post the next opening for our next retreat. You do not want to miss it. We teach you everything about cooking, everything about your health, everything about how much God loves you and how we can experience that today. Check out biblicalwellnessretreat.com.